Welcome back, everyone. It's June 6th, 2020. I'm Jerry Hall, and here are my thoughts from Costa Rica. Well, I woke up at 2:30 a.m. with this thought in my mind. I've spent some time crafting it. I am also going to be preparing for a little travel. That's right. I'm going to the big city, San Jose today. It's a 3.5-hour bus ride, and I wanted to get this video produced for you and uploaded before I had to head out the door. So let us begin. This is just a reminder. Remember, Ripple is looking for a director of product management. That's loans. Ripple is also looking for an engineering manager for their on-demand liquidity. This will all come into play. This was an excerpt from a Brianne Madigan article she wrote. Ripple's vision is to collaborate between traditional financial institutions and technology innovators for the explicit use of cross-border payments. Now, there is no singular third party or global central bank that keeps track of how cross-border payments move and are settled. So the world has created a complex system of correspondent banking and Nostra Vostra accounts that trap an estimated $10 trillion in capital. This is a big deal. Now, you remember this Block article that came out, Ripple working on a loan offering? Where in the article, the quick take was the company's offering would provide working capital loans to its RippleNet customers, and this was being told by a Ripple spokesman. Working capital generally means cash. But we're in the digital age. To fully get a grip of what I'm about to present, you have to understand the existing system as it is today. A picture is worth 1,000 words. This is a lot to absorb. I'm not going to stay on it. You can pause the video and go through it, but let's move on. So I've typed this up. This is my Bank XRP line of thinking, similar to the Brad Kimes pre-allocation theory. If the community says it enough times, maybe it'll come true. I cannot substantiate what I'm about to present to you. It is a logical step. The pieces of the puzzle are in place. But let me roll it out to you. Here it is. This is Bank XRP, i.e. the second iteration of the XRP loan program. Ripple would acquire the necessary licenses or buy a bank outright that has all of the necessary licenses, and they would rebrand it. This loan department would then be used to make XRP available to any RippleNet partner, whether it be a bank, a financial institution, a small to medium enterprise, a large corporation, or an exchange, just the way the Federal Reserve issues special lending vehicles to prime brokers and other central banks. The incentives Ripple could offer an ODL client to use ODL would be so juicy. For instance, I'm Ripple. You're a bank that's hesitant. You don't have any money. You're almost insolvent. I say, hey, no problem. While you repatriate your Nostra accounts, the loan is at no cost. Can I make it any easier for you? RippleNet clients hampered by regulations, in some countries they will be, to directly use ODL have the multi-hop available through their network partners. Those network partners act similar to corresponding banks currently. Wow. Remember that as a client of RippleNet, you are in a network, and Ripple has provided tools for each client to create and expand their own preferred network relationships. Ripple Home, it was rolled out in swell of 2019. I affectionately call it Ripple book. Now, anytime you bank, you got to have reserves, right? You're going to make loans, you got to have something to loan. Well, let's talk about Ripple bank reserves. This is the XRP that they would have to work with. Now, we know there's a total, as you see there on the screen. We know there's a circulating supply, and we know there is a locked up monthly escrow. So here's accounting for what would actually be available. You got the founders, you got hodlers like Greg Kidd, Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, Stefan Thomas, Evan Schwartz, a whole bunch of the other employees. They're probably holding on to their XRP pretty tight. You've got a whole community of retail hodlers like myself and all of you guys, right? The subtotal removing from the actual circulating supply would be about 31 billion. Now, Ripple has their little XRP2 wallet, that little kind of petty cash wallet with 7 billion in it. I'm estimating the actual available supply of XRP being just north of 13 billion XRP. Now, you remember you saw that engineer manager for the ODL. This is a quote from that job posting. Ripple is the world's only enterprise blockchain solution for global payments. Today, the world sends more than 155 trillion across borders. Yet the underlying infrastructure is dated and flawed. Ripple connects banks, payment providers, corporates, and digital asset exchanges via RippleNet to provide one frictionless experience to send money globally. So just from that statement, if we're saying the addressable market is 155 trillion a year, that's 42.46 billion a day with only 13 billion to work with. Well, you got to divide that into what you need for the day. That would approximate a price of XRP at about $3.28. Now, I thought we're going after Swift. And if we're going after Swift, that's an addressable market of $5 trillion a day. And keep in mind, Swift is dragging their feet on the ISO 20022 regulations. Ripple isn't. So I'm saying we go after Swift, you times that $3.28 by 7, because that's the addressable market. $22.61 XRP just handling Swift? I don't even want to go down the path of how to address all the money. But this is a gosh darn good start. So here's how it would look. RippleNet partner puts up money in the form of some kind of pristine collateral or opens a credit line to have access to XRP for various periods of time, which with each length having a percentage of interest paid for the service, right? The RippleNet partner would draw off that credit line or draw down from the capital only using the XRP that they need for their transactions. There is another credit angle here, and that is an institution could have a revolving credit line similar to a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express like you and I have with those credit card companies. That is a very, very interesting perspective, one that I am surely excited about. Before I close this out, folks, I wanted to make you aware, at no time will I ever reach out to any of you with any offer. Join this, do that. I mean, at some point I may have a Patreon group, but that's just an idea, but that would be the extent of it. trading tips and services of that nature will not be part of my personal YouTube channel ever. I will never email you unless we do it aside. And my email isn't Jerry Hall. I have a completely ambiguous email address. You would never recognize it unless you knew exactly who it was. So this is not me. I'm flattered that I'm getting enough attention where scammers are scamming the audience that's watching my content, but it's not me. I don't do it. I won't do it. It'll never happen. So as I wind this down, I'm going to leave you with this graphic and remind you that in addition to my thoughts and ideas that I put on video, I have had the good fortune over the last X amount of months to interview quite a few wonderful people, ranging from XRP community members to titans of industry. And I will be posting my videos on this channel. I've got a couple already. George Gammon is already live and getting traction. However, if I'm averaging, 1,000, 2,000 views per video and an interview is only getting 300, and these are incredible conversations, it kind of makes me wonder, is that something you folks don't want to see for my channel? Are you just not interested in getting deeper insights to the personalities that are either on YouTube or in these industries or in your communities? This channel, folks, has been built for you, and I want to service you like you're my client. I want to provide what you want, as long as it doesn't interfere with any of my moral proclivities. Folks, you've heard enough from me. That's my take from Costa Rica. I hope you have an incredible weekend. Keep your head high. The market is not at all reflecting the value that is being created. There's a term in investing: capital will flow to value. It's been true for years, even in messed up economies like we have. Anyway, folks, I've gone on. That's my idea. Please leave your comment, subscribe, like, share with your friends. I think this is an interesting thought experiment. I think this actually logically could happen. And it wouldn't shock me one bit in the next 12 months that we see something exactly what I just outlined rolled out. Folks, from Costa Rica, Pura Vida.